G'day guys, just thought I'd come down to the creek today to just give you an example of something that I tend to do. Probably don't really show this sort of stuff, and just got down here and I'm just having a look just to see what the ground's looking like, what's been going on here, what may have changed. And to my surprise, I suppose, was probably something I wasn't actually expecting to see. It's been, look, quite a long time since I've been here. Used to frequent this creek a lot. I used to work out. This was sort of in the middle between work and home. I used to come past and stop here depending on the shift I was on and having a little crack for an hour or two. Now, you can probably go back to some of my early videos. I think in my playlist, if you have a look at one under the title of Snakes, you'll see this area really good where I'm walking up the creek and I spot a snake. And the snake that I spotted was right here where this bedrock is. And you'll be able to see that how big that bedrock was and how much it was exposed. Now, what shocked me today is this here. This whole area here has fallen away. That whole bank it's just gone. Like, there's so much ground now that has hit this creek. It's crazy. I used to see people scratching away at this bank, but obviously due to the floods and everything like that, all the water, yeah, it's let go. Totally let go. I'm interested to have a little crack here now. That was not the plan. As I said, this video was going to be about another little thing that I do. But yeah, that's crazy, just how much is gone. Obviously, we're not allowed to actually prospect out here in this bank. It's only prospecting in the creek bed only. But yeah, this is just shocking to see just how much this has changed and what's happened here. Alright, I'm going to get to the spot that I was planning on going to and doing a little demonstration on some of the stuff that I do. Alright, so I've been down here for about 45 minutes to an hour and done quite a few tests. Just decided to come to this part of the creek. This is what I wanted to have a look at, see what's happened. A lot has changed. And something that I tend to do now, I have done for a while, it's just I haven't really shown this. Before this, you'll be looking probably, hopefully I'll be able to get this screenshot that I did of Google Maps. So I can pin that actual location on my phone so I can get to the general area. And then I've drawn myself up a little map of the creek. So that was my first test up there, and you can see there's two little dots. I got two little specks there. I come down to where it's got T2 and didn't get anything. come down to T3 and found one little speck there as well. Down at T4, found one little speck there. T5, got nothing. T6, got 5 specks. T7, didn't get anything. The TP for me just stands for tailings pile. So there's just a big tailings pile just right there. Now if you're going to be able to make it out, but maybe I'll move over here a little bit. Still going to be difficult, I think, to see, but there's a big tailings pile there that's fallen into the creek. And so I'm suspecting that's why I got the most bits there. And just up a little bit, there's a gold mine. Now, I can take a screenshot of this map, and that way the next time I go to my Google Maps, I can find the location. I can find where I tested when I was there, and I can go, oh shit, I got good gold here, I didn't get anything there, nothing there, there was a couple little bits there, and I can refer back to an area. And it helps you through the day as well. As you're testing an area, you're going around and you're going, where was I? Was I over there? Was I here? Was I, you know, what happened? I know I found a few specks, but was that hole, that hole, that hole, that hole? And it just helps you go, okay, and try and work out a little bit of a pattern. Possibly T6 was no one had dug there. But generally, you can get an idea and get a line, and then you can go, okay, I found gold here, I didn't find any there, what's going on? Did it move out this way and then come back around for some reason? Was there an old obstruction here that's no longer there that pushed the water flow to try and get around the corner as fast as possible because there was something here? We don't know. And then you can see if it was the case with the river, it's come down here, it's gone across there, it's come back around there and possibly hugging this corner again. That's why I'm not getting anything out there. I might try there, might try in between, and start trying to get a bit more of a detailed map. Look, it's just something, you don't have to use a whiteboard. You can use a piece of paper. That's, you know, purely up to yourself. But what it does, it gives you not only where you were with the Google Maps, like an accurate point that you can come back to. It then gives you what happened on that particular day, and I think this is something that can help. You know, like especially if you're not going to a place all the time, and you went there 6 months ago and you tried and didn't have much luck, and you thought, look, wasn't a good day there that day. I'm going to go back and try some different spots. So you don't fall into, because we tend to fall and keep redoing the same things over and over again. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. One thing I learnt, once I got a high banker, this sort of stuff fell away because I got this big piece of equipment that can move heaps of ground, and even if I'm not on the best of spots, I can still get a reasonable return. And I pretty much sort of stopped doing this stuff. I stopped putting in that big effort on working out where the best gold was. Some people would have seen this before and it's nothing new, and some people do it all the time. I thought for someone who's starting out, or getting a bit old like me in that sense, and the memories going, and you can remember how you got there, and then you go, shit, I come down here, it doesn't even look like the same spot that I was at. Like what I showed up the creek a bit, the whole area's totally changed, and I'll be going, nah, wait a second, that wasn't like this, what's going on? Part of the reason as well why I started doing the YouTube stuff was to make me remember, and to get an idea of what I was thinking when I was actually at the creek. Alright, I'm going to have a little bit more of an explore because a lot has changed, and might add a little bit more on. We'll see what happens. Alright, thought I'd just come back to this area here that I showed at the start of the tape and try me luck. Some very interesting results in the few places that I tried, but might prompt a few to come down and have a little crack. Yeah, some interesting stuff has actually happened with this bank falling away. Quite interesting. Quite promising results as well. But yeah, it could be a nice bit of prospecting here for a little bit, especially for down here at Anderson Creek. Some people could be quite surprised and quite happy. And there's plenty of ground that looks like it's just hasn't been touched since the floods. Yeah, as I said, could be very, very interesting. Alright, hope the stuff that I showed you earlier helps a little. And some will already know this sort of stuff and already do it. Might be an eye-opener for some people just to work out. People actually sit there and write on a bit of paper or on a whiteboard like I did today. And the other thing is, if you're looking at maps and looking at like Google and Google Earth, Google Maps and all that sort of stuff, you might find locations along a creek or another creek that are very similar to the creek that you're at. Now obviously you've got to get to the spot to see what's actually happening at that particular spot, bend, whatever it is, gully where there was a mine. But it then gives you some ideas on, I found gold here, why won't there be gold at the next bend or the next bend or up the creek a few hundred metres, and you can go home, you can look over the area and go, all right, now I've got 6 spots in that creek where I'm going to try that are very similar to the spot that I first found where I found some gold. All right, I am going to leave it there. Hope you all get out and find a little bit of colour on the creek. And until the next time, I will see you all later.